Hey guys, so time for another Halloween tutorial. This one is going to be a pretty one, but it's going to involve a little bit of body paint, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to be the Wonder Woman from the Justice League. I don't know if you saw the movie Batman vs Superman, but that's where the new Wonder Woman made an appearance, and she's like completely different from the old school, very like American Pie type of Wonder Woman. She's more like sultry and ethnic, and she's got a total different outfit, like as opposed to the red, white, and blue. She's got like a bronzy, like brown leather kind of thing going on. So I thought it was a really pretty outfit, and it's a really fun and group costume if someone wants to be Batman, Superman, and then Wonder Woman. So let's go ahead and get started. My face is already moisturized, and I'm going to go ahead and start with drawing on the crown. Before that, we'll apply foundation, just so that way we have an even surface to work on. So I'm just going to use my Cover FX. This is the Total Cream Cover Foundation. So her skin is pretty tan, so fortunately my skin's tan too. I'm probably more tan than she is, but I'm going to keep my skin tone. If you're a little more fair, maybe go with a little bit more bronzer all over. Sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. Something got wrong with this video clip, but what you're going to do now is draw this outline of the crown on your forehead, just using like a black pencil or liner, and then go ahead and fill it in with your bronzy pencil. And this is going to begin the outline of the crown, and then you're going to go ahead and just kind of fill it in. Alright, so those are the first two triangles that you're going to have, and then we're going to continue to draw the rest of them. Okay, so now we have the outline. It's not as neat as I want it to be, but it's okay because again we're going to fill it in with pigment and do some shading. So now I'm going to take that loose pigment right here, and I'm just going to fill in over the initial green base and in between the black lines. So I'm just going to take a little brush like this and lightly go over. I don't want it to be super opaque, just kind of more like a dusting on top. Okay, so now you kind of have more of a burnish kind of coat on top. And then we're going to go ahead now and fix those black lines a little bit better. So this time around I'm going to take my black paint and a small tiny brush. And this is water activated, so I'm going to spray my palette a little bit, just with a little bit of water. And now what I'm going to do is go over the lines and make them a little bit more thicker and straighter, hopefully. And this black is a lot more opaque, so it'll be darker. Alright, so the areas that I kind of want to clean up a little bit, I'm going to go over that with paint, with the pigment as an eraser. So that will kind of soften out some areas where it was a little bit too thick, or I have the line where I don't want it to be. So in the center of the forehead, in this diamond right here, we're going to draw a star, and this is what she has on her, as kind of like her Wonder Woman symbol. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 point star. So I'm going to go ahead and take my little paintbrush and draw it in. So now what I'm going to do is start to shade a little bit on the edges, because I want to make this look like it's sitting up top, not just like a drawing on my forehead. So I'm just taking a little brush and applying like a little fade action with black, right kind of like near the bottom. And this is just kind of going to give the illusion that it's casting a shadow on my face. So I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, so now you see it kind of looks like it's sitting more on top because of the shadow underneath. So now we're going to do a little bit of a body paint trick where you take a white and just kind of highlight. So I'm just taking this Graftobian white liner. It's their cake liner, and you just activate it with liquid. And I'm just going to draw like some white lines where I want a slight highlight. Alright, so do you see how the white from a distance kind of looks like it's just highlighting certain parts of the mask? It's more of an optical illusion. So I am so glad that's over with. So now we can go on the prettiness, and this is just like a brown smoky eye. So I'm just going to clean up my hands a little bit. And I'm just going to, if anything kind of dropped down here, I'm just going to clean that up too. I'm not going to get anything above here because I'm going to have a wig on anyways. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and start with the brows. She definitely has a thicker, darker brow than I do because her hair is a dark brown. Now I'm going to take a very small stiff angle brush and my Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia in Ebony. So this is a darker gel liner. And I'm going to literally draw in hairs into my eyebrow. And I'm going to create a thicker shape as well as more of a straight arch. I usually do a higher arch, but now we're going to keep it straight. Okay, so I drew a kind of unruly brow. I really wanted to emphasize kind of like hair-like strokes, but now I'm just going to clean it up just a little bit by going through it with a spoolie. Alright, now I'm going to just do a little concealing above and below the brow just to clean it up just a little bit. Still want to keep it kind of full and hairy looking. Do y'all notice that a lot of like supermodels and really pretty, these pretty actresses always have full brows that aren't super neat? It's just because it looks a little bit more realistic and it's very youthful as well. So then we're going to go for a smoky eye. The first thing I'm going to do is just use a regular eyeshadow base. This is Stilo Eyeshadow Primer in Medium. And let me wipe off my fingers, it's a little bit dirty. So I'm just going to apply this all over my eye and underneath. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is lay down a base for the brown smoky eye. I'm going to use the Magnetic Matte Eye Color from Nude Sticks in the shade Chocolate. So it's a nice dark brown. And this is just going to go on the actual lid, and then I'm going to fade it out with my finger. So these blend out really easily, but you have to do it as soon as you apply it because you don't want it to dry in place. Because once they do dry, they become smudge proof, which is good for Halloween because you want this to last. Okay, that already looks good. You could totally just do this for a quick smoky eye. But we're going to deepen it just a little bit more. So I'm going to use a darker brown pencil. This is from Illamasqua. And I'm going to use it to hit the base of my lash line. And it doesn't have to be neat because you're going to smoke this out as well. So I'm just taking this Anastasia Pro Pencil. So this is just going to brighten up the waterline just to kind of give the look of freshness. Because this is kind of like a more natural look, even though we're doing a smoky eye. And then underneath it, we're taking that same brown and placing that on the lower lash line. Alright, so then we're going to blend all that out. And I'm just going to take a little bit of a dark brown shadow, mix it with a little black, and just kind of smoke out that lash line. Alright, and then above that, I'm going to take a medium warmish brown and help to kind of blend everything up. This is from the Mayron Neutral eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to take the same blender brush and just kind of like smush it over everything, just to kind of have a seamless blend. I'm kind of weighing out the eye shape just a little bit so that's a little bit more of an almond shape. We're going to go ahead and put on some lashes. And the lashes that I'm using are the Cocoa Lashes from Lady Moss Beauty. Alright, so I have the lashes on. I picked this lash because it wasn't too glam, but still gave you kind of a fuller look. So I'm going to let that sink in and dry, and I think I'm going to add a little bit more, but let me let that lash dry really quick. So now for the rest of the face, I'm going to do some highlight and contour. So I'm going to do a lighter foundation underneath the eyes. This is my ColourFX Golden Medium Deep Cream Contour Kit. And I'm just going to do some highlighting to kind of mimic the look that she has. And then I'm going to go in with the contour. This is Copper Beach from MAC. This is from their Pro Sculpting Cream line. And instead of a typical regular contour, I'm just going to bring it down a little bit more to kind of give a little bit more of a stronger shape, because she is a strong warrior. So I would typically not do this type of contour. This is more of a mannish kind of shape. But I'm trying to toughen up my jawline a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to blend it all together with a kabuki brush because I don't want any harsh lines, I want shadows. Alright, and I'm going to do a very simple blush, more of like a brown. And this is also going to go on the cheek, but more kind of like at an angular shape because we don't want this to be very feminine. Okay, so then I'm going to highlight gently. And by gently, I mean not high shimmer, more of a gleam, because she kind of has this ethereal presence to her. So I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, and I'm going to pop this kind of on the areas where you would naturally do a shimmer. Okay, so now all that's left is the lips. So I'm going to apply like a mauve lip with a little bit of a highlight in the center. So the first thing I'm going to do is line. I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Conspiracy, which is a nice brownie kind of tone to shape and darken the outline of the lips. Okay, and then in the center, I'm going to apply Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Pasadena, which is kind of a mauve brown tone. So I'm going to pop one more lighter shade. This is from Alcone, Creme Brulee, right in the center. Okay, so pretty pink lip. And the only thing left to do is throw on your wig and your costume, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I threw on the wig and this is a final look. Be a little bit careful putting the wig on because you do have some, drawings on your face because I smeared mine. I would suggest setting it with like a setting spray, even like a theatrical version, to make sure that it doesn't smudge. But yes, this wig is a dark brown wig that I actually just got on eBay because I wanted something like her hair. She has like a naturally dark kind of curly brown. And I just took out some of my own hair, which is why it's got these highlights in front. That's my colored hair, just to kind of hide the wigginess of it and give myself more of a natural look. So I couldn't find a Justice League Wonder Woman costume either for a good price. So instead, I was thinking, let me just find a brown leather corset. Started doing some research, and I found that steampunk, that style has a lot of brown leather corsets. So I found this on Amazon. And it's to me, very similar to something that she would wear. You really couldn't tell the difference. Just throw on some black shorts with this and some brown boots, and I think you would totally get it. Maybe get a whip, because I know she had her little lasso. So this is a fun look. I think this is a really pretty look to do. Not that hard except for this, but I just take your time with it. And I was thinking you probably could use tape as well to get straight lines. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Check out makeupbyredren.com for a full post with pictures, products used, and all that good stuff. Until next time, hope you guys have a great night. Ciao, Bellas.